Metadata and Autoethnography. My methodological approach is a rassemblage, which includes autoethnography and Black quantum futurism expressed through creative practice-based research, elucidated through an Afro-pessimistic framework. In short, an autoethnographer is a researcher who uses their own personal, lived experiences to provide insights into broader cultural, social, and/or political contexts. Autoethnography is creating data from these personal experiences through this qualitative research method, which combines autobiography and ethnography. How do the above factor into the concern raised over Instagram owning the metadata related to my PhD research? In terms of the associated risks related to metadata, there are 6 categories which need to be anticipated and circumnavigated or misappropriated to suit my purposes of engaging with a wide-ranging public. A public which, if effectively procured, will include those who are allies and, alternatively, adversaries. I am a private person. I often giggle to myself about the irony of my choosing to opt into such a confessional method when I myself am so secretive. There are very few people who can accurately answer the question of my favorite color. By contrast, I am open and willing to discuss my mental health issues without shame. Lack of embarrassment does not equal general openness. Mental health should be discussed openly and received publicly without judgment or repercussion. The behavioral and psychological impacts based upon targeted racial, gender, and sexual orientation could potentially enable harassment and doxing campaigns. In the event that I was fearful of privacy violations based on constant surveillance, that could contribute to stress, anxiety, and other mental health issues based on my deeply personal stories. Privacy and anonymity are at risk due to the handling of and distribution of metadata to third parties and the potential surveillance risks. Under surveillance, if I were hoping to hide my identity, my loss of anonymity is at risk. In the event that location trafficking were to proceed, targeted surveillance by governmental or non-governmental agencies and entities, politically sensitive or controversial topics my research touches and posts about could inspire surveillance or investigation. These surveillance risks are magnified by location tracking, which could expose my whereabouts as the author, as I share experiences regarding some of the sensitive topics involved, which could result in racial discrimination or racially motivated violence. Profile building based on detailed metadata would identify me and create a comprehensive profile exposing my own activism and those persons and organizations peripheral to my vision. Another risk involved in profile building is that community safety and building could be thwarted, as fear could create silencing effects. Some individuals might be deterred by running such a project online, and some viewers might refrain from commentary hindering validation and their participation in this important discourse on critical social issues. Retaliatory legal repercussions could attract negative criticism or expose illegal activities based on my research, which expose systemic issues and discrimination. The most galling concern is that of my autoethnographical narratives being misused and misappropriated in ways not intended by the author. This was the case with several revisions of the Black Lives Matter anthem. The antithesis of Black Lives Matter being All Lives Matter movement. Had Black Lives Matter been advised as to copyright, etc., then Black Lives Matter could have attacked all of the racist and prejudiced variations on their trademark legally. That is a subject for another time, though. But with that in mind, what can be done to utilize the power of such knowledge in favor of dissemination with regards to metadata? Under the conditions in this section, it is clear that there are significant risks in relationship to privacy, surveillance, data security, and the well-being of individuals and communities. These risks signal the need for awareness building and care in this pursuit. Conversely, these could all potentially lead to positive social activism, awareness, and alliances, so long as myself and others push past the fear of being misappropriated, as was Black Lives Matter and intersectional feminism.